Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to hello. Welcome to the Penguins Collective Podcast. My name is Louie.
My name is Josh.
Oh, and we're two brothers who love to talk about hockey.
Especially the Pittsburgh Penguins.
I'm just gonna adjust my camera real quick.
Do what you need to do.
Oh, well, welcome to the pod. Thank you for joining us. It's a sad day, but a happy day, a confusing day. I don't know how I feel. The Pittsburgh Penguins fall to the Minnesota Wild 3-2, while it being Marc-Andre Fleury's thousandth game. He played lights out. They had an amazing tribute in the beginning of the game. I felt emotional, especially when the kids came on the Jumbotron. And then he beats us. So I don't know how I feel. Apparently, I'm a fanboy, Josh. Apparently, I don't know who I'm rooting for. That's what's been said on Twitter. Shots have been fired. But don't worry, I'm battling. The meme gladiator is on it right now. Okay? Oh. What a day. I'm dealing with trolls, Josh. I'm dealing with trolls. I'm dealing with
Been wild.
hooligans. Speaking of Wild, Josh, we lose.
Yeah.
To the Minnesota Wild, and it's not good. All right, like I said, conflicting. My camera's all over the place right now, but I feel content. I feel content right now.
I was gonna say I feel good.
Well, no one really cares, but thank you guys so much for joining this podcast, whether it's live on X, YouTube, and Twitch, or it's after the fact, after the game when we upload later tonight. You're going to hear the audio version, which is on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts and wherever you find your favorite podcasts. So thank you so much for joining. Make sure you hit that follow button and all that cool stuff that goes along with podcasting. We appreciate it. But Josh, what did you think of tonight's game?
The way you explained the roller coaster of emotions, I think nailed it. Full disclosure, I missed a lot of the first period. Wife and I went out for Valentine's dinner.
You're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to say
Why?
that. You're supposed to make everyone believe that you were in front of the TV taking notes.
Okay, but
that's real journalism, Josh.
Because what I was going to say was, even though we had our dinner on the ride home, I said, "Hey, can you drive?"
Yeah.
Can you drive?
Can I put up the?
And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Why? What's up?" And I said, "Penguins are on." So the app that you got us for the streaming service.
Yeah,
Fubo. What is it again? Fubo?
Or is it
no free shout outs?
No. Well, first I want to make sure I get their stupid name right.
Yeah.
Fubo. Yeah, Fubo TV.
Fubo. Yeah, I was going to say it's like
crazy expensive. But anyway.
But you're able to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I did. So by the time I was done watching that crazy long I don't know, ceremony or whatever.
It was long.
For Fleury.
Yeah.
And the first period, I just went right into the second period. Like, it just didn't stop for me. I just skipped over the first intermission. So
nice.
I watched. Don't you worry.
Oh, okay.
So you're done with my story.
Okay.
But the just one correction for you. That was not his 1000th game. He already played his 1000th game.
Then why they have this?
Because they waited for us.
You know what? Can we talk about that? Can we break that down?
That's cool.
They did wait for us, but I felt like they could have done a little more with the Penguins
involvement of us. Agreed.
Well, like I would have said, can Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Chris Letang please meet with their captain?
I was waiting for.
And then, like, we're gonna do a photo, or could Sidney Crosby and who's the captain, Spurgeon? Can you guys like give the goalie stick to Fleury?
Yeah.
I feel like
Not the GM.
not the GM. No, although I love
Yeah.
Bill Guerin
Yeah, no, I'm cool with them being there. I'm just saying, like,
because Bill Guerin
have
was also
a part of the
yeah.
Penguins in '09. Yeah, I got it.
All right, just saying. But I don't know. I don't know how I felt. I mean, it was a great tribute. Was it long?
Yeah.
Kinda. But
The game didn't start until
like
uh
8:30. The game
I
did
was gonna
not
say
start
almost
until
a half
8:30.
hour, I think it was.
Yeah. But I will say, I'm defending both sides. So the one side is, man, that was a long one. But if you know Fleury and you love Fleury, you're like, keep it going. Not only
Yeah.
was it to celebrate his 1000th game, but it's also to celebrate him breaking Patrick Waugh. The what is it?
The wins.
The wins, the
Yeah.
all-time wins. He came
Mhm.
number 2. That so it was kind of both. It was like, hey, we have a
True.
wonderful player here. Let's celebrate him. And his old team is here. Let's kind of involve him by only adding 2 clips of Sidney Crosby saying, I love that guy. Next.
Yeah.
Where I wish
Yeah.
it would have been like they should have showed more Penguins clips because they
They did
showed
quite a bit. They sneaked in a Wilkes-Barre clip. Did you catch that?
they did not.
Yeah, they did. Him in those bright yellow pads.
He had those bright yellow pads in Pittsburgh too.
I know he had them in Pittsburgh, but that looked like a Wilkes-Barre.
No, it was just bad quality. You're talking about the one where he was skating to the bench and he came all the way and grabbed it midair in his
I
bright yellow
don't know
pads.
where he was literally in the middle between the 2 circles.
Yeah. His the hash marks. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was Pittsburgh. That was the old jerseys though. Yeah, that was like when he was a rookie.
Oh. Yeah.
Um,
I know he was young because those were those bright yellow pads.
bright yellow pads.
Yeah.
But it was all Pittsburgh. I wish there was more videos. Like, just because there's one thing. I wish he was on Pittsburgh. Because we would have done that ceremony so right.
Well, Lauren was listening to it and she's like,
Josh's
"Is he
wife, yeah.
like, is this his last game?" And I'm like, "No."
It's definitely
like,
his last season, though.
She's like, well, they made it seem like it. And I said, yeah.
Well,
I said, because that's what I said. I said, it probably is his last season. But
yeah.
So this isn't his last game, but possibly last game against the Penguins.
Yeah. Which, unless we rope him in on a deal and he's our backup goaltender for the rest of the season, which
that would be wild.
That would be wild. I think actually I could see it happening. Like if we send an unhappy player that will remain unnamed that doesn't want to be here, ship him out. Send him to Minnesota. Send him to Minnesota for a guy in Marc-Andre Fleury. I would love it. The Pittsburgh would erupt. Pittsburgh would erupt. And you know what? Say what you will about the locker room. Say what you will about all that stuff, saying that we're okay. I would love Marc-Andre Fleury in our locker room once again for this push for the playoffs. He would be crucial in that locker room. I would love to have him there. Now, do I think that's going to actually happen? No. Josh, I'm getting notifications on Twitter. I'm seeing if the battle is continuing. It's not. It's Mike Sullivan.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, do you want me to go into the game while you were?
It's about time, Josh. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I mean, tonight's game, I mean, it's the epitome of the season, the last 2 seasons for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Who'd we play against last time? Winnipeg Jets, one of the best teams in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
We looked great against the Winnipeg Jets.
We did.
We come in tonight, Minnesota Wild, an average team in the West.
Yeah.
Below average to average.
Sure.
And we lay an egg. Like this, I get it. It was a ceremony. You're playing against a friend, former teammate. I get that. Okay. It feels weird. But it's at the end of the day, like it's a business, and I'm sure that's how they feel about it. They're professionals. They've been in the league. God, I think collectively it's been 60 years. So they know what they're doing. So it's just I don't know. I don't know how to fix that. That's something that Sullivan has to figure out, and the coaching staff, because that's the most frustrating part. Power play, yeah, it's not the best.
Well, it's not good.
It's not. Yeah,
It's not.
it's true.
Saying it's not the best is like our penalty kill, which is what? What are we?
That's true.
10th or 11th?
No. We're about. I think it was 13th. I saw during.
I thought we were
broadcast.
10th. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's not bad. But
yeah, it's not the best.
It's not the best.
But it's still good.
It's still good. Yeah. To describe our power play as it's not the best. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's just not good.
It's just not even. It's not the good. Yeah. It's below that. Continue.
Yeah. No. So I mean that's the issue. Is just the roller coaster of we play up to and down to our competition.
Yeah.
And that's going to hurt us because every point matters. You know, we were talking about it last episode. There's legitimately 2 seasons in one hockey season. Pre-All-Star game, post-All-Star game.
Yeah.
We're now in officially the second season of the year. And if we don't make a push, if we don't start collecting these wins, sorry, it's late.
No, you're on.
If we don't start collecting these wins, we're going to be on the outside looking in. And as optimistic as I was last episode, I can easily spin it and be completely pessimistic this episode.
Well,
because that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And as a fan, that's fine. I'm fine riding the roller coaster.
Yeah.
I'm okay doing that. But I don't think the team should be doing that. The team should be trying to be
a good team.
Steady. A good team. Great point. A good team. So, yeah, I don't know. And then, just brief highlights of the game, great to see Riley Smith get on the board. Absolutely. He's been
whatever.
I think they said he hasn't scored since before Christmas in December.
Yeah.
But I know last episode you brought up the report that, he's not really happy in Pittsburgh. And when they zoomed in on his face after that goal, man,
he was just whatever.
Yep. Thanks. Cool. All right.
Hey, good pass, dude. Thanks.
He literally just dabbed everyone up and just went straight to the line. I was like, wow.
I think that's a good sign to trade him.
Wow.
If I was Dubas, and now I'm off of all emotion, and I'll own up to that. But if I'm Dubas and I see that, I go, gone, dude. You don't want to be here?
That's a tough look.
That's fine. Yeah. We'll get people who want to make a push for the playoffs.
And wants to be here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's the thing. Honestly, there are so many players that talk about Pittsburgh, talk about the organization, talk about Sullivan and Crosby and the culture that is built there. And he's just going to kind of have that attitude. I get it. You probably wanted to retire,
or you
wanted
to play,
or at least stay there.
Yeah. You wanted to stay there. You wanted to win a cup. And then you get here and you're like, I thought this team was all in, but they're not clearly all in because they suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And granted, I mean, I'm sure that's what's going through his head. He went from Vegas Golden Knights, which was, I think they're a better team than the Penguins.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So for them, I mean, they won the cup last year.
Yeah.
So to winning the cup to Pittsburgh, that's got to be, and no offense to Pittsburgh. I mean, obviously, we're big fans. But I'm just saying, we didn't win the cup last year. It's not like we were this close. It's not like we're trying to get that subtle push to go into the next. We're just trying to make the playoffs right now. that's a hard come down moment where I'm sure for him it's like going to the AHL because he's like,
It's possible. And I mean the fact that he's an older player, and he just recently moved to Vegas and now he's having to move again, at some point when you get to the latter part of your career, you want to just be somewhere for a long time.
yeah.
And I think he probably thought that was going to be Vegas. And I think he was probably just more bummed out about being traded than to where he was traded. But yeah, that was evident. That was disappointing. Unfortunately, there weren't a lot of highlights to discuss. After Riley Smith goal, I mean, it was a sweet power play goal by Crosby.
Sweet power play goal.
And then the two crazy instances, the first that happened in the second period with the inadvertent horns.
I thought that was the first period. That was the end of the first period.
Was that the first period?
Yeah.
End of the first period?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. But I was...
You were watching.
But then... And then in the third with the challenge. So...
And what were your thoughts on the challenge, Josh?
Well, first of all, just to go over the horn thing, I was still under the impression that like an actual person presses the button.
That's what I thought.
So how in the world is there an inadvertent horn?
Well, see,
unless if there's some guy just has like a twitch.
Or he's like, man, the Penguins are in the zone for a very long time.
Yeah.
He wasn't having it. But
yeah,
I mean, for me, it was what? It was the first one went off, and I was like, oh, what a silly coinkydink. Okay, whatever, face off. And then when they did it again, I was like, is something happening? Whereas, like, in the arena where they're trying to get the ref's attention, like, my mind went to, sadly, worst case scenario, where I was like, are we, is there... This is just the cynical me in the world we live in. I'm like, do we need to evacuate the building? What's going on? Because the first one, they were like, that's weird. And then it happened like, not even 5 minutes after. So I was like, okay, so maybe the situation got elevated to where they need to stop the game or at least get the players off the ice. Where it's like, okay, it's a safety issue. So just bonked my head there.
Interesting. But, see, it's interesting that you went to the arena because I thought there was maybe like a player down on the ice.
Oh, no.
And they were trying to get the attention to that person.
See, I think they would have caught that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what are they doing? But, yeah.
Well, hey, what's up, NES? He says, I forgot the game was on because I played Skippo with the wife. Dude, Skippo is so good.
It's an underrated card game.
I'm pretty sure it's created by the people of Uno, which that's my favorite card game.
Which you played way too intensely.
I got a new one called No Mercy.
It's a card game.
Yeah, dude, it's great.
That sounds about right for you.
All right. NES says he won best of 3. Congratulations. I thought you were talking about the Penguins. I was like, we did it. We lost. But I corrected myself there. And it looks like I didn't miss much. You did it. You missed a very emotional ceremony for Marc-Andre Fleury. And then you got to see the good old power play not work. And we lose.
Except for one sweet play.
Yeah, but to be fair, it was like 4 seconds left to go in the power play. And Crosby was just...
No, it was 4 seconds into a power play. They were on a short 4-on-4.
Oh yes, right. That's right. And then another call.
It was beginning a power play.
Yeah. That's true because Gensel once again he loves getting smacked in the mouth in this game. If I was Gensel, I'd be like, maybe I should get a cage or something because
I know, but
he keeps on getting whacked in the face.
I don't know if it's because of his height or the way he skates. But like,
I just think he's down low
tonight. Yeah,
he's down low.
It seems like it's always him.
Like he always gets down low. All right, I got my stick, so I'm feeling whatever. But
Yeah, this is great quality podcasting for everyone who's going to just be audio.
yeah, I know. They're like, "What's
listeners
happening?" I'm
later.
giving an example. He's in front of the net, and then a stick just comes and whacks him right in the face.
Yeah,
Now, granted, he is low. Puck's gonna smack. I mean, the stick's gonna smack him in the face. And these things, they hurt. This is
blade of a stick.
oh,
Blade of the stick.
thanks, Josh. The blade of the stick. Yeah. This thing hurts, especially on ice because it's on the ice all the time. It gets
Frozen.
colder, so when it gets hit in your face, in your warm, I guess sweaty face, because you're running out there, skating out there. This hits your face. That's not a good feeling. So he just needs to wear a visor or something, like not a visor, a cage, because
I know, but you know, those guys hate cages.
They do hate cages, which is why we love them. But also, this thing hurts. So,
yeah.
Oh
my gosh!
Stop it.
Okay, wait. I want to bring something up later.
Why don't you bring it now?
I'm gonna write it down. No, because I don't want to mess with the flow.
What
flow? Do you have
anything
else you want to? Do you want to talk about anything else about the game?
Yeah, Penguins.
Or do you want me to just bring this up?
And the power play stinks. Go ahead.
All right. Did you? I know you don't watch every day, but did you watch the Pat McAfee show on Wednesday?
No. Was that the one with Kirko Chains?
No, I think Kirk was yesterday.
Oh, go ahead.
I think it was yesterday. But Wednesday, Ty Schmidt.
Yeah, part of the toxic table.
Yeah, he came in full Vegas Golden Knight gear.
Yeah, he did.
Like an entire outfit.
Yeah.
He had all the pads, the skates, and everything.
Oh, I know. I saw.
And he sat there for 4 hours in the gear.
With the lights.
Hungover.
Yeah. With the lights, the studio lights on him. And he was like, I am baking right now. So.
And then at the end, they told him he had to like shoot a basketball using the hockey stick, but the hockey stick had first of all, it was a backwards handle that he usually uses, and it had a curve on it.
Yeah.
And he was like, just the way he was using it would just remind me of the way you were holding it, and it just flipped the memory, and I just had to. I had to
share it. Honestly, I would.
That's a great bit.
I saw it was a great bit, and I like how they said, "Oh wow, look, yeah, we're in Vegas," and then they didn't really bring it up for the rest of the episode. Really, like they would do it in between bits and stuff.
Like if the guest brought it up,
yeah, but they wouldn't be like, "We got a hockey player here." Like nothing. Yeah, no. So I love
that. And he would ask questions.
Yeah, like, with the helmet and the visor, just like, "Hey." Just what do you think when this happens? And anyway, I think it's really good. Hey, Josh, Todd Reirden, does he have a job tomorrow?
No, I'm off of the firing of Todd Reirden train for the season. Nothing's going to happen before the end of the year. If anything does, it's going to be the off season, 100%. It's just it does at this point. If Mike Sullivan isn't going to do anything in terms of coaching for the power play, it's not going to happen for the end of the year. And we only have, what is it? Is it 30 days today? Is it March 9th?
March 9th?
Of the trade deadline?
Yeah.
So
I think. Don't quote us on that.
We got 1 month left before the trade deadline. So I mean, I don't know. If we blow things up, then fine. Blow up. Not blow.
Are we doing Gensel talk now? Is that what you moved into?
No. I was just gonna say blow up Todd Reirden, but
Josh, we don't talk like that on this podcast. We don't have negative calls to action. But if you did want to, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Violence is not the answer, unless it is. if you were playing hockey and he was behind the bench and a puck just happened to go his way. Do you think the players talk like that? Now, I tried to watch carefully when we called the timeout. It was towards the end of the game, and Todd Reardon was drawing literal circles around the net. I don't know if you saw it on the clipboard, but I did.
I must have missed that.
Oh, can I just want to give a small demonstration. Sorry for the audio people, but he literally
Demonstration number 2. Here we go.
I know. I'm feeling creative tonight. Look, he was just like this. He was if you're Sidney Crosby, he was like,
yeah.
So this is the net. That's what he was doing.
That's where we need to score.
This is where we need the puck to be. Just saying. I didn't know if you knew this. We're down by 1. Okay, guys, listen up. Hey, Tanger, right here. We're down by 1. The puck needs to be in the net. Okay? Don't know how you guys do it. I really don't. That's not kind of my expertise. I thought Sid would kind of tell you guys. But I just know the puck needs to go into the net right here. So if you guys could try to do that, that'd be great. That's pretty much it for me. Go get him, Tiger. That's what it felt like.
And I was hoping for some, late game magic like we've had lately. But
it wasn't there. Now, to be fair, Fleury played really well in that crease, as well as the Minnesota Wild defensemen. They played really well against our late ending magic, I guess. But
there wasn't any magic.
There wasn't, mainly because there was a certain player that was super selfish with the puck when he was shooting when he should not have been shooting, and his name is Evgeny Malkin. Now listen, and others.
Riley Smith, though, just saying.
Yeah, in the second period, but this is, still the last minute. He was shooting, which, granted, sometimes that's necessary. Sometimes that's what I need him to do. But if he doesn't do that, he had it was a 6-on-4 empty netter. And he goes, doesn't look like a lane, but I'll shoot. Bang. Into 2 bodies. And I'm just like, dude, that's not what you're doing. What about Todd Reardon drawing the circle?
What you're talking
he did it twice. Yeah. He did it twice where the puck was getting passed around. We were moving the defenseman. And then all of a sudden he gets a feed. He goes, yeah, I'll shoot. And then it's just 2 guys just come up and block it, which then the puck goes out of the zone and we had to regroup. It was just, hey, if you don't have a lane, pass the puck. If you do not have a lane, pass the puck. Sid did it a couple times. He got the puck. He looked. He did a little twitch, and he passed the puck.
Malkin did it a couple times.
Everyone did it. But, Malkin got it and said, if I shoot it between this guy's legs, it may deflect off the guy behind him, and then maybe we'll go in. Let's try that for the 3rd time. Let's see. Boom. No. Off the blocker. And it just, to me, it was just a little frustrating to see Evgeny Malkin do that, especially in that time. But when I was watching Todd Reardon talk with to the group when we called that timeout, and he was drawing the circle, Sid literally. Now, I don't know if you could take a lot off of a behind the back feed of Sid, but I just saw Sid shake his head. And I don't think it was shaking a head like he cared about
confirmation.
Yeah, it was shaking his oh, okay, and
tell me
give
more.
Me something. Give me something. But and this is when he was drawing the circle around the net. So I don't know if Sid and the boys are being polite to Todd Reardon. Do you know what I'm saying? He's our coach. Let's just follow his plan. But it looks like his plans aren't working, okay? So I am always on the fire Todd Reardon train. I think he does not know what he's doing. Once again, 6-on-4, can't get the puck in the back of the net. It's a problem. It's a serious problem. Our power play stinks. We had to start the game, okay?
Yeah.
to start the game.
Double minor.
Crosby got hit in the face. Double minor. That's 4 minutes. We could have scored twice. We could have scored multiple times in that power play. We had a man advantage for 4 minutes. And we couldn't get one good look. And it's literally a gift from the hockey gods to start a hockey game going, 20 seconds in, here's a 4-minute power play. And we couldn't capitalize on that. That is absolutely absurd. This guy needs to get kicked out of town. And I'm sick and tired of looking at his face, to be honest.
It would have happened by now if it's going to happen. It's going to be the
I
off
don't
season
know.
at this point. It's going to be the off season at this point. I think what's his name is going to be considered for a head coaching job. The other guy,
Mike Vellucci.
Mike Vellucci, and Todd Reardon's going to be fired. It's going to be I think it's going to be a new coaching staff other than Mike Sullivan next year.
Nope. I'll tell you here. I love Mike Sullivan. Josh, what do I always say about Mike Sullivan?
You'll take a bullet for Mike Sullivan.
I would. But if the Pittsburgh Penguins do not make the playoffs this year, whole coaching staff is being replaced.
I don't know. I think it. I think it's
I don't. There's no explanations.
Listen, I think it's one of those moves where they say, "Hey, it's either you or your buddies," and Mike Sullivan has to make the decision.
I don't know. See, here's why I say.
I think so.
Because there's going to come a lot of things coming Dubas's way. The rumors right now that are cooking that Crosby is leaving Pittsburgh, the rumors of Gensel going, the rumors of all this. If we don't handle the offseason the way we should, if we don't make the playoffs, okay, this is all if. If we make the playoffs, Sullivan gets like a 20-year contract extension, and unfortunately, we're probably stuck with Todd Reardon. But if we don't, I think Dubas is forced to keep the guys he wants to keep. He's got to clean house. Clean house, because he's got to prove to these guys, Crosby, Letang, and Malkin, we're fixing it. We're going to get a group of guys in here. We're going to try to go for the cup, because there's not a clean answer to give when the Penguins missed the playoffs twice in a row with Crosby. Crosby's hitting 50 points. He's 55 points right now this season. He's on pace to hit 100. Okay? He's on pace to hit 100. He's going to have a 100-point season again. All that to be wasted by not making the playoffs? That's a tough sell. That's a tough sell, Herb. Tough sell. It's a lofty goal, Herb. That's the quote I was looking for. It's a lofty goal, Herb. And I think it is. And I think Dubas has to I think he's the cool guy, but sometimes the cool guy needs to say, "Hey, enough's enough." Now, I love Mike Sullivan. He needs to be the bad guy. He needs to be the bad guy and say, "Hey, Sullivan, I love you, but we both know what needs to happen." I mean,
personally, if Sullivan is to be fired, I don't think it comes from Dubas. I think Dubas will be the one to do it, but it'll be the pressure from Fenway Sports Group. It won't be, because I think Dubas partly took the job because of Sullivan.
And Crosby and all that.
Well, I know. A part of it is Sullivan. So I think
I think so too.
I think the pressure will be from Fenway for Dubas to do it, and obviously it's Dubas's job because he is Pahogam to do so. But
I think it's going to be something similar that we see with all the respectable coaches, where they both agree to part ways. It's not a firing. He's leaving, and we are okay with that.
And that's why I think you nailed it. If he is gone, It is a mutual of parting ways, and if he stays, all the other guys behind the bench are gone. Because
Yeah.
I think upper management, which is Dubas and Fenway, tell him it's you or it's your buddies.
And he's
And
gonna say, get rid of him because our power play
hopefully
stinks, dude.
he's
Well,
stuck by them for a long time.
he didn't bring Mike Vellucci up. I don't think he did.
No, well, Mike Vellucci was a proven guy, but Todd Reardon's a friend of Sullivan.
I
You're not
understand.
gonna fire your friend mid-season.
I would.
I
If
would
my
too.
buddy, my buddy was costing. Listen, I'm not a selfish person, but if I've been at my job for 8 years and I bring this guy in and he's sucking at his job, and now my upper management is like, ooh, dude, you need to figure something out. I'll be the first one to be like, yeah, it's this guy. I vouched for him,
Yeah.
but he stinks, and that's fine. Let me fire him. Let me fire him, and we'll be good. And I think I would do that. Now, Sullivan, maybe he is just waiting until the end of the season to say, "Hey, Todd, love you, pal. But we already cleaned out your office, and Walmart will be giving you a call tomorrow."
He'll get a job. But
Wilkes-Barre. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, the season keeps going, and what's crazy is that
Yes, it does.
we're about to get into the brutal time of it. Every other
Nitty gritty.
every other night, back to back. Because today, officially, we have a back to back. I think
we do.
we're now in Winnipeg, so we'll see.
Take a Danny.
Do we play up to the competition again? Do we play Winnipeg the way we played them on Monday? I don't know. It's the stupid mystery of the 2023-2024 Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well, it's the same mystery that we were trying to solve last season too.
Yeah,
it's
2022 to 2024.
2024. What's going on with these guys? So obviously different management, different regime last season, but we had those up and downs. We had the 7-game win streak, then the 10-game losing streak, 3-game winning streak, 4-game losing streak. And that's what it was all season. This season, we're a little more consistent.
They're shorter
in our play.
Stretches. Yeah.
Shorter stretches, but still a bumpy road. Okay? Still a bumpy road.
Yeah.
I honestly think the Minnesota Wild played well tonight because they had a lot of emotion. They wanted to play well for Fleury. They knew how much this game meant to him.
But that can easily be matched.
No. Listen. Yes, I agree with that. It could easily. We didn't show up, is what I'm trying to say. I honestly believe that we came in here thinking it was going to be us versus them. It's going to be a cakewalk. Excuse me. A cakewalk. We thought it was going to be so easy. We're going to walk in here, we'll score a couple goals, and then we'll call it a game. But they matched. They didn't match. They came in hot. They came in hot, and we were playing catch up the entire game. We looked slow. We were tired, which I don't understand how. Listen. Please, everyone listen to me. I know being an athlete is very hard. I get it. I'm not challenging that. I could never do it. Josh, I don't know if he could do it. Being a professional athlete is very hard work. But you had a break. It was Monday we last played, and it was home. Okay? It was a home game. We didn't travel until yesterday.
Yesterday.
So
Yeah.
so you had that 3 days of not playing. You had practices, I get that. But you had 3 days to relax, to get re-energized, to get things ready to go. You had yesterday where I'm pretty sure we didn't have a morning skate today. So my thing
I think we
is,
did. I think we had the
we
optional.
which we always have the optional skate. I'm starting to think we should make those a little bit of mandatory.
Yeah,
Only
but here's the
because we're slow. We're bad at playing games. Go ahead.
you nailed it, and that was something that we talked about before the All-Star break, was that this team, for some reason, can't figure out why, being the oldest team in the NHL after a long stretch, plays poorly. But on a
Yeah.
back-to-back, on a short rest, we do okay. Like, that's why, like, tomorrow, I won't
Yes.
be surprised if we win 3-1. You
Josh,
know?
don't you start with those jinxes.
I'm not
I'm not
jinxing,
saying
that's just a
anything.
prediction. Just saying.
Yeah, well, in our Discord, there's been a lot of predictions that turned into jinxes. So listen,
That's fair.
I think tomorrow, this is just once again prediction. We're gonna get our butts handed to us.
Ooh. You think
Handed to
Winnipeg wants
us.
that revenge because we handed it to them?
It's gonna be a physical game
Yeah.
going in the opposite direction for us. Because the first game, it went in our favor
Mhm.
in that Winnipeg game. Now, oh, all bets are off. These guys are going to come in at us fast, hard, and we are not going to be able to keep up.
That's what
And I
she
think
said.
we're good. That is what she said. And that's also what I'm saying, that the Penguins are going to get ran over fast. All right, we got some chats and then we'll wrap it up here. William, welcome to the
Oh,
chat.
William.
Hey, what's up, Willie? He goes, man, that really sucked, and we played so fast. I hope we're not worn out for tomorrow. Did we though? Did we? That's a great question. William says, I hate to live and die every game, but these games are just so important for us.
That's
You're not
literally what I
wrong.
was it's literally what I was saying in the beginning.
Well,
'Cause
William, you're not. Go ahead.
yeah, because last episode against Winnipeg, you know, I was ready to crown this team, and now let's bury them.
Yeah, it's literally up and down. It's up and down.
Yep.
The Pittsburgh Penguins have that problem, and I don't know what it is. I really don't know what's going on with the Penguins. It's a tough season once again. We have the talent, but it's not coming through. So what is that? Why are we not understanding the gravity of what's going on? It's clearly talked about in the locker room. Pulley RV. I think I got that name correctly. And it's Yessie. It's Yessie Pulley RV. Boom. Got it. When he got the helmet after his first game,
Yeah.
he was like,
Yeah.
hey, let's make that push, that
Yep.
playoff push. So clearly they understand that we are not there yet, because other teams who are closer aren't talking about the playoffs right now. They're just trying to keep on winning, trying to keep on winning.
Stack
We
those
are
wins.
we're the ones like, okay, we got to hurry up, get those points, because if we don't get those points, like William is saying, we got to live and die by these games here. So let's make a playoff push. Clearly the locker room is talking about it. Clearly the team is saying, guys, we are in a great spot to either win or to lose. So I think the team knows about it, but they're just not executing on that. So what does that look like? I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take. But tomorrow, very important game against the Winnipeg Jets. Will they get their revenge, or will we downright show them up? That is going to be it's going to be a big test for us tomorrow. How are we going to bounce back? How are we going to play? Yeah. And Williams says a great thing. We're so close to executing all the time. You're right. We're so close. It's just that one thing that could get us to the next level. Like I said from the beginning of the season, Josh agrees. We believe in this team. We believe in this roster. We know this team can win. We believe in Mike Sullivan, not Todd Reardon. We believe in Mike Vellucci, and we believe in the Kyle Dubas. We know this team has what it takes to win. This current team, this current Penguins roster. It's literally so close from them getting that winning streak, getting that playoff spot. They're there. They just got to dig deep. And that's what they need to do tomorrow, 7 o'clock, against the Winnipeg Jets. Thank you guys for listening to this
Wait,
episode.
what time is it?
7 o'clock.
Oh, I thought you said 1 o'clock. I was like, really? Okay.
Did I say 1?
No, it could just be that it's 12.
It's almost 1 a.m.
Yeah. So.
No, we play tomorrow, 7 p.m. against the Winnipeg Jets. Be there. We will still go live after this game. Luckily, it probably won't go until the next day, but we'll see you guys there. Thank you so much for following us on Twitter. I'm sorry, X at Pens Collective. You can follow us on Instagram, and we have a Discord, the Penguins Collective. Make sure you join that Discord and get a part of that live game chat. We chat during the game, after the game, during our off days, game days. We send pictures on there of our times at the games. It's awesome. Josh, my favorite feature, the lo-fi little, but we love our lo-fi here at TPC. We have all of it. We have all the works. So make sure you go onto the Discord, the Penguins Collective. Make sure you join there and say hello to us. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. That's the one I'm looking for. Make sure you guys subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because when we go live, you guys could join the conversation right after the game. You could tell us how you feel, like NES and William tonight. You could tell us how you feel, and we could talk about it, and we will see you guys in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in the next one. And Josh, as always,
let's go Pens.